to you. It's been a high demand of me making a video of my near-death experience, and I'm just coming to give you a brief testimonial of what God has done for me and how He's brought me back. And I just wanted to let people know that He is definitely real. And I just felt so compelled to just do this video. A lot of people on Instagram that's been following me and been saying that they wanted to see my videos. So I'm doing it for my peoples, I'm doing it for my brothers and my sisters who want to know more about Christ. Back in 2013 of August, I had given birth to my last born child, and I ended up dying on the operating table because the doctor had cut a major artery. And when he cut the major artery, I ended up dying instantly. And all I can remember is having an outer body experience. I wasn't able to see my body on the table, which I'm glad I didn't, because if some of you go to my Instagram page where my actual death photo is, you'll see why. I would have freaked out if I had seen it because I didn't look like myself. But anyway, I seen the doctors that had initially killed me, and they were sitting up there petitioning about who was going to tell my family about my untimely demise, and that the doctor was saying that he wasn't going to go down for it. So right there just made me not even want to trust doctors ever again. And I noticed that the doctor just kept asking me questions when I came out of my coma after being in a coma for 2 weeks, with no life. The machines were breathing for me. He was asking me all kind of random questions like, did you hear anything, this, that, and the third. But, I remained silent because I didn't want him to know what I knew. But anyway, back to me dying. After I had died and had my outer body experience, I was basically teleporting. It's like my spirit was roaming the earth, and I didn't understand what was going on. I thought I was dreaming, but all these things was happening because I was able to repeat everything that people were saying to me, and they was, kind of astounded by that. But I was, I came. Well, actually, I had, once I had went teleporting, to different places, I ended up going back to the place where I had last resided, which was my home. And I remember standing in my kitchen, and it was like the light was just so dim and blurry looking, like I couldn't focus right with my eye vision because, I was a spirit. So it was like everything was just new to me. I started crying because I was asking the Lord, like, Lord, I thought when you die, you know, people get to see you. So I'm crying and everything because I didn't know what was going on, what was happening. But next thing I know, something just pulled me out of the kitchen, and I went teleporting, and I was like in the core of the earth. And what I mean by the core of the earth, it was like I was in the atmosphere because I was able to see the sun, the moon and the stars and the sky, and it looked like it was dark, like nighttime. So long story short, um, I looked to the left of me and I seen this beautiful beam of light. And that's when I knew it was Jesus. He was coming for me. And I can remember just asking him, like, Lord, am I going to fall? Because I had referred to him as the Lord. So I'm like, Lord, am I going to fall? And he said, no. And we wasn't using our mouths. We were basically using our brain to communicate with each other. And we teleported back to the hospital. And as we were going to the hospital, I seen mountains and mountains of angels just lit up the whole top of the hospital. I even seen like big tall angels guarding the door where people were walking in at, and they didn't even realize they was walking past angels. And it was just so remarkable. And he was taking me back because I was going back to where my body was, and he was taking me to go meet God. Okay, so when he's taking me, as we're teleporting, all I could see was all the angels just smiling at me, and they were like welcoming me home, and it was just such a surreal feeling. I never thought in a million years that I would actually die and come back. I thought that once you die, you're dead. It's a wrap. But obviously God has something for me because This is not the first time I've had encounters like this. When I was little, I had encounters with angels as well. And I always was different from everyone. And when I would go to church with my mom, even the pastors would tell my mom, she's special, she's very unique. You need to really, really condition her, and you need to really guard her with your life because there's something special about her. And I never knew why these pastors and evangelists would say this. I used to think that they were crazy, but now I know. And just to be in God's presence is like when Jesus brought me to meet his Father, because you have to go through Jesus Christ in order to meet his dad, his Father, our Father. So it was like I was pleading my case, but I wasn't moving my mouth. It was like I was talking to him through my mind. And he sat there on this big, huge throne, and I seen Satan, and I seen his minions, and I also seen death. And it was like they were basically combating for my soul. And I told the Lord point blank, like, Lord, I don't want to go with Satan. I want to go with you. I prayed that prayer for a reason. You told me to pray. I was obedient, and I prayed that prayer. And I want to be with you. I don't want to go to hell. I heard about that place. I don't want to go because I know I'm dead. I can't call on my mom. I can't call on my brothers. I can't call on my uncles, aunties. I can't call on nobody, and I can't call on you because I'm here with you. And so the angels, they were, laughing. It was like we were having a good time. It was like we was, having a family reunion in a sense. And a lot of people, they always ask me, what do God look like? What's his color? I don't really want to expose that, but I'm going to just tell y'all like this. He's definitely not white. That's for sure. I seen him personally, so I can basically vouch for that. He's definitely not white at all. And I'm not trying to make it a race issue or anything, but I'm going to just leave it at that because when God do return, y'all, it's going to be a lot of people that's going to be surprised, trust me. But, I'm about to wrap this up. But just being in his presence, it was just overwhelming. He was telling me the reason why I was in that situation is because me and my mother had an argument, and I basically wished death on her. And he was telling me our tongue is a very powerful vessel we can use for good or evil. Just like with these rappers out here, man, y'all better stop listening to them because they're putting out spirits in this music that y'all listening to, and their demonic possessions. They'll possess you. So just be careful on who you're listening to. And another thing I want to say before I wrap this up is that when I met him, because I wasn't able to see his eyes, he had like his eyes shield. I was not able to see his eyes, but I was able to, see him crying though. And he was very sad. He said that he cannot believe that his children have turned their backs on him. They have abandoned him, and he was so sad and crying, and it's like his voice sounded like thunder. So, people, I'm gonna tell y'all like this: keep on doing what you're doing. You only making it worse for yourself. God is so tired of us doing what we're doing. He wants us to, live right and do right. He doesn't want us to be in this propaganda that they, exposing us to. He doesn't want us being gay. He doesn't want us being drug addicts. He doesn't want us prostituting. He doesn't want these women showing their bodies on YouTube and twerking and all this crap. He doesn't want none of this for his women, his children. He doesn't. He made us women and men. He made us to respect our bodies, our temples, because this is what he has given us to take care of. These are not our bodies to just destroy. And people need to really realize that. And until you do realize it, you're going to be in a whole lot of trouble. A lot of people wonder why the things that's going on in their lives is happening. It's happening because you're not focusing on God. What's more important? And he basically told me that he's definitely coming back. And when I tell y'all, when he told me that, it just sent chills through my body because I know he's coming. I constantly keep having dreams about the end times, and I've never had dreams like this that was so accurate and so precise and dead on. Just like with the Pope, he's prancing around like he's Jesus Christ and has the audacity to say that Jesus is a failure. Man, are you kidding me? That man is the Antichrist. He is the Antichrist, and Obama is the front man to bring forth the Antichrist. So if y'all not listening and paying attention, y'all gonna be left behind. Because I don't want to be here when the tribulations come. I want to be caught up with the Lord. And I'm working so hard to get this message out. And it's just so hard because I got a lot of responsibilities and y'all don't know the half. Y'all really don't. There's some things that I can discuss with you guys, but it's some that I just can't because it's between me and God. But I will tell you this. I hope that this video reaches you, and I hope that it touches you in a major way like it did me. And I could just only hope that you share this experience because being with the Creator is something I will never, ever forget. And when He showed me my afterlife, I know for a fact that I'm going back with Him. But like I said, just continue to be prayed up, people. It's getting down to the countdown. God is definitely on His way back, and I encourage you to get yourselves right with Him, please, ASAP. God bless.